our experience with the Castlevania series is sparse. The only 2 titles we've played are considered some of the best in the series. 2 games that we both thoroughly enjoyed from start to finish. We felt it was time to finally expand on our list of Castlevania games we beat. Now the question is, which one do we try out next? There are so many great titles to choose from. However, one was calling our name. A game that's either beloved or looked down on. That's right, we're talking about Castlevania II: Simon's Quest for the NES on the Nintendo Switch. Today's story is about playing Castlevania II for the first time. It made sense to play this one next. I mean, it's the sequel to the first one, and it sounded like a tough challenge because, wow, Simon's Quest is filled with dozens of cryptic flaws. It's nearly impossible to figure out how to complete the game without following some sort of guide or flipping through a Nintendo Power magazine. So to make this playthrough more interesting to us, we banned our phones and PC, forbidding ourselves from looking up a walkthrough if we ever got stuck. Almost like we were cursed, like our hero is in the game. The plot follows the story of the original Castlevania. 7 years later, you play as Simon Belmont, a vampire hunter who's on a mission to track down 5 body parts of Dracula. Spoiler for the first Castlevania game. You kill him at the end and I guess his body dispersed across Transylvania or something. Once you retrieve his body parts, you must take them to Dracula's castle in order to rid the curse. A curse that was placed on Simon and Transylvania as a whole, shortly after the final showdown in Castlevania 1. This curse will kill Simon or something, so we have no choice but to hunt down pieces of Dracula's mangled rotten corpse. So here we are, thrusted into some random village. That's right, not a level or a stage inside of Dracula's castle like the first game. Simon's Quest steered away from the classic linear platform genre of its predecessor. Konami took an ambitious approach by making it an action RPG with some open world elements. Hey, this seems pretty unique. Alright, coming in optimistic here. Never mind, we can see why people hate this game. You have to talk to people in order to learn clues about the game. We don't want to do that. We have social anxiety. We hate talking to people in public. We had to quickly get over our fear of speaking to strangers and learned that the first thing we need to do is to buy a white crystal. Thanks for the tip, Old Man Jones. Then we ran into Old Man Jones's brother, who proceeds to tell us to watch out for a crooked scammer. Trust issues! So we're running around town trying to figure out if we should buy the white crystal, the holy water, or a fancy new whip, while talking to everyone in sight and listening to their words of wisdom, because they might be important during our quest. A magic potion will destroy the wall of evil. Write that down. Then bam! Out of nowhere, a big ass text box interrupts us. What a horrible night to have a curse. Now it's nighttime and the townsmen run inside to hide from a zombie invasion. What kind of mess have we walked into? Might as well make the most of it and farm so that we can afford all the luxuries this town has to offer. Yeah, these hearts that the enemies dropped aren't health like you would normally think. Nope, it's currency. Huh? Imagine a world where instead of trading gems or coins, you pay using Valentine cards. Total comes in at $49.50. Okay, so that's 20, 30, and 50. Alright, 50 cents is your change. Would you like a bag of receipt? Oh, no thanks. Alright, have a nice day. You too. 3 or 5 minutes go by and another text box interferes to let us know that the morning sun has vanquished the horrible night. Well, that was an eventful first day. We get a blessing from the priest to regain our health and trade in our finest Valentine's cards for the white crystal and some holy water. Alright, I think it's time we leave this shithole and go exploring. Yep, not that way. We head right for Jova Woods, whip some monsters, lose a couple of lives, players, and take an accidental dive into the water to receive our first game over. That's right, no swimming allowed. Vampires are weak against holy water. But vampire hunters? Yeah, they die to normal water. Showers kill them. They can't even have their own flower garden because of the high risk of splashback when watering their plants. Their piss is darker than my coffee. Getting game over means losing all your heart currency. Luckily, you get to start where you last died, so that's pretty nice. More suffering comes our way when we're slowly reminded again of how horrible of a night it is to be cursed. Better get used to this message appearing every 6 minutes while out on a stroll. Castlevania II's day and nighttime cycle. Everyone's favorite. The time cycle is the main gimmick. Days and nights last 12 hours in game time. When the clock strikes 18 o'clock, a curse seizes the night, meaning enemies are stronger and zombies raid the towns. There's nowhere to hide either since you can't enter any buildings. That means churches to heal are off limits too. Nighttime doesn't f*** around. Or you could just camp in a corner like a little bitch ass and wait till sunrise. This mechanic adds a unique level of depth to the gameplay and was really impressive for its time. There are those who lean on the side of hating the time cycle due to the frequent interruption of the long, unskippable text boxes that slows down your progression. Yeah, it's annoying for sure, but I don't know, you kind of get used to it after a while. Anyway, we arrive at a new town, take some notes, wander in a nearby cave where we found this sacred fire weapon hidden between blocks that can be removed by splashing holy water on them. So after we got the sacred fire weapon, we then travel to...
Yo, what's up guys? I overheard you two telling a story about one of my favorite video games. So I thought it was okay for me to, just pop in and give it a listen.
Don't you think that's a little rude that you just sort of barged in here and interrupted our story?
Not really.
Tim, if you stay, you're gonna distract us.
No, it won't even be like I'm here. I just love this video game. Please, continue. I really want to hear about your adventure. I brought a blanket and some snacks.
Oh my god. Fine. Where were we?
Sacred Fire. Yeah. Right. Okay.
So we got a new weapon, died 3 times, stumbled upon yet another town where some dude traded his blue crystal for our white one. Wait, what? Why? We didn't even have a say in this deal. Also, we didn't even get to use the white crystal. What was the point of it?
Sure.
We also ended up buying some laurels and garlic from a couple of merchants in their secret underground shops. Okay, I'm not really sure what these do, but pleasure doing business with ya. We went to the right, but encountered a dead end. During our backtrack trip, we bought a knife and upgraded our whip to a chain whip. Eventually, we found the first castle, Berkeley Mansion. Finally, some real action. Yeah, by action we mean hopping over invisible holes over and over. You gotta spam the hell out of your holy water to know if the blocks are safe to walk over. Otherwise, you'll fall all the way back down and have to start all over. Making these jumps was probably the most challenging part of this dungeon. At least there were a few new enemies to fight, and the graphics were visually pleasing and full of detail. The music was badass too. Something Castlevania games never miss a beat on is their music. Damn, they're all so good. Oh yeah, looks like a boss room. This has to be good. Where's the boss? Maybe we have to collect this orb. Nothing. We tried everything. Whip it, water it, burn it, stab it.
Twist it! Pop it!
What? So we look at our screenshots to review our notes because at this point of the game, we were too lazy to write down the hints. We found a couple of hidden books throughout the mansion with clues inside and made the conclusion that we're probably missing something. After a bit of roaming around, we stumbled upon a strange person selling an oak steak. Probably not the best place in the world to do business, but hey, you got yourself a deal, strange man. Alright, nice, a new weapon. Wait, you can only use it once? God damn it. So we buy another one, return to the mysterious orb, and destroy it with the oak steak. Okay, so now I guess we possess Dracula's rib. Man, you just gotta love NES translation errors. Well, I guess that's it. The two of us traveled back to the first town, the town of Jova, so that we could go to the marsh located to the left, since that was really our only lead of where to go next. We learned that the laurels grant you invincibility for a short time, and that the ferryman is, a good fella? No need to worry, this guy was great. He took us to the town of Alba, where some bozo demanded our blue crystal for his red one. Yeah, sure dude, I guess. If a blue crystal makes you happy, then just take it. I mean, what's so special about these stupid ass crystals anyway? Then, it dawned on us. This town was full of ladies hitting on us. Seriously, look at this. Ooh, she wants to get to know us better. This lovely lady has been waiting for someone like us to come along for a long time. There's no question that our soulmate is living in this town, and tonight is the night we finally find her. Not her though. Well, thanks for the tip, my lady. We haven't felt this confident. We were pulling all the moves, all the stunts to show off how insanely awesome we are. It was finally time to make the move by proposing with a beautiful, lavish, red crystal. Or should we say, propose? We got rejected by everyone. Yeah, I figured we'd try talking in their mashed up translation error lingo, but that didn't work.
Or it could be because Simon smells like a steaming pile of toad from never showering. Get it?
So we did what everyone would do in this situation. Spent all our money on something cool to make ourselves feel better and run far away to a quiet place to cry. There we were, on top of a cliff, weeping like a little baby boy, in pain from all the rejections. We thought we were cool, man. How could you not Like those moves. Then out of f***ing nowhere, a tornado emerges and sweeps us off our feet. Something we weren't able to pull off with the ladies. And takes us to another mansion. What? You're damn right that was a horrible night.
Wait, hold on. How did you guys even know how to do that? I mean, that's some of the most insane to ever be in a video game. You two obviously cheated. Case closed. Frauds. Let us explain.
This is the infamous tornado trick. In order to get to the next part of the map, you have to select the red crystal, go on this cliff, and kneel down for a few seconds to spawn a tornado to warp you. That's just ludicrous. Honestly, how is anyone supposed to figure that out without looking up some sort of walkthrough? Sure, there's a couple of hints. Why not just, I don't know, have us platform our way up the mountain? Or actually, no, I got a better idea. The game might as well have us slide to the left, and then slide to the right, followed by 2 hops, and then cha-cha real slow. How about you take Old Man Jones to the alleyway next to the church, where we gotta go down real low, and yawn the worm? Huh? Yeah, and then you gotta do a drug deal in the cemetery with the shady stranger. After that, you gotta do a line of coke with Cindy back at her place. Then you gotta take it back now. 1 hop this time, not 2. And finally, you resolve your sins with the priest, where he specifically tells you to kneel and pray at Deborah's cliff and wait for the Holy Spirit to pick you up and wisp you away to a better life. That sounds way better than reading a shitty hint. But yeah, we didn't cheat. We only knew about this ridiculous secret because of the widespread notoriety of it on the internet. So here we are inside the mansion. It's the same deal with the first one, except wow, there's boulders that look like meatballs that we easily avoided, only to run into a dead end. Excellent gameplay. We buy an oak stake, blast the orb, and possess a bag full of Dracula's nail clippings. 2 mansions down, and this is the part where we got stuck. We traversed everywhere, dead ends, left and right, sunrise, nightfall. The time kept ticking, days were flying by. Will we ever undo this curse, or will we succumb to darkness? While kneeling down on the verge of defeat, we thought of the wonderful townfolks of Transylvania, and how we're the ones who will be responsible for letting them all down. We know what we must do. We cheated.
Frauds. I knew it. So cool.
We had to. How are we supposed to know to kneel by the water with the crystal equipped and wait 10 seconds until the water drained so that we can go down? Okay, yeah, sure. There's a book with a hint that's not that obvious than hitting in an arbitrary spot. Come on, just let this one slide. If you keep it on the down low, we'll give you a Valentine's Day card. So we upgraded our whip to the best in the game and made our way to the next mansion. Any second now. This mansion was the easiest one. Alright, you know the drill. Buy an oak stake, go to the room with the orb. Wait, what's this? A boss? This is incredible. The first Castlevania featured a slew of intense boss fights. About time we get a real challenge. I just stood still and spammed the shit out of my whip. Camellia the floating mask is defeated and drops a holy cross, which I guess allows us to enter Dracula's castle later. Shabam! Dracula's ring is now in our possession. Now we can use this as a wedding ring for the ladies. Now we leave this shithole and march across poisoned water with the help of our laurels. We remembered there was another spot with a body of water, so Matt and I ventured everywhere for about an hour until we finally found it. We kneeled down with the crystal and prayed that there was something under the water, or the two of us would have freaked out. Rubber Mansion didn't have a boss, but this gap would have been harder than one anyway. Dracula's heart is now ours, and that means there's only one mansion left to explore. But where is it? Another hour of searching high and low. Nothing. The keyboard was calling my name, tempting me to look up a walkthrough to get to the last mansion. While on my way over to the keyboard's soothing voice, Mike accidentally figured out the right way. Yeah, get this. I hopped on the ferryman's boat to head to a graveyard located on the western side of the game, since we haven't done anything in the area yet. But old fairy dude showed us the way to Bram's mansion, all because we had Dracula's heart selected. Now, who knows, maybe he and Dracula were lovers, but that's not important. What is important is that bastard who lied to us about the ferryman loving garlic and not the heart of Dracula better hide, because we're gonna hunt you down after we finish business with Dracula. Yeah, there's rat bastards all over this game who tell you lies that are completely meaningless. Awesome, we love trust issues. So yeah, Bram's mansion. If you're a big fan of stairs, then this mansion is for you. Man, just look at all these stairs. You'll never have to work out those calves another day in your life after exploring this 26-story house. God damn, now I know why Simon's got the thickest legs known in Transylvania. Richter would never survive this mansion. Alright, we just need to get the last body part and we're good.
Tim's in the game? Oh, finally you guys made it to me. God, I've been waiting forever. That's right. Tim, the Grim Reaper's in the video game. The hardest boss in all the lands. The baddest son of a bitch. And most handsomest.
Oh, we already kicked your ass.
What?
Yeah, we just sort of bashed the hell out of you.
Oh, already? I had like a scythe in that game actually.
Yeah, it was way easier than the mask boss. Anyway, you stole your golden knife and snatched Dracula's eye. Yeah, pretty weird that you were guarding an eye.
I always watching.
Yeah, sure. Watch this. Thanks to that leg workout, we were able to just speed on past you.
What? You can't do that. That's bull.
Take notes, Tim. Never skip leg day.
Well, I would have gone this week, but my back still hurts.
Yeah. We see through your bullshit, Tim. With Dracula's eye, you can see items through walls, which would have been extremely useful to have in the beginning of the game. Too bad the order of mansions we visited was a little out of order, although there technically isn't a correct path to take due to the game's open world aspect. Looking at our item select screen pissed us off because we were missing a few items and weapons, so we made sure to take care of that problem. Thank you, OCD and completionist urges. Together, we passed through an abandoned town, cut past a spooky graveyard, and walked across the bridge that leads to the remains of Dracula's castle. A castle with no enemies, no invisible holes, no water traps, just an ominous stillness that fills the air. And stairs. There's a few stairs. Here it is. Simon tosses wet bags of Dracula flesh, revives him, who looks more like Tim than a vampire, use some laurels for invincibility, throw this diamond thing that bounces around, and bash the absolute shit out of him with our whip. And that's it. It took us like 40 seconds to kill Dracula. That was it. The final boss is defeated. Roll the credits. The battle has consummated. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, can we speed this up? Simon Belmont will always be remembered for your bravery and courage. So wait, did we die alongside Dracula? Who cares? We beat Castlevania II by cheating only once. Despite the crazy quirks, Simon's quest was more fun than we anticipated. The RPG elements, the item select menu, leveling up, exploring the wild map, and even the day and night cycle are some of the things that made this game worth playing. A majority of those franchises have those one or few games that stand out vastly from its predecessors or subsequent titles, and this is definitely one of them. And hey, it's not a bad thing to try something different every once in a while. Well, that's the end of our story. The curse is lifted, Transylvania is now saved.
Oh, so you think the curse is gone, huh? Well, let me tell you. The curse lives on, my friends.
Tim, what are you even talking about?
Shh! It never goes away. No one is truly free. My, what terrible fate. What terrible ending.
Can you just leave? We're hungry. We just finished the story.
Less than 8 days and less than 8 nights, and you two would have been set free. But as I said, the curse never goes away. You two will always... Really? Are you serious? I'm kind of in the middle of a thing here, and you're kind of ruining it. Now I forgot what we were supposed to say. Whatever. I'm out of here. Toodles, you bunch of noodles.
No idea what he was talking about. Yeah, he was pretty rude. So anyway, we beat the game. So, end of story. Hey man, these chips are pretty good.